Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another 500 miles pit stop where we cover a shorter topic or interview a specific driver or face in the sport. I'm Adam Rilkin, your host, and joining us for this pit stop, we have a very special guest, someone who is also going to be competing in this Friday's ARCA Menards Series race at Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss Kadence Davenport to the show.
Hello.
Yeah, and Cadence, great to have you back in the ARCA Menards series. This week, you'll be racing with Eric Caudell in the number seven for CCM racing. Talk me a little bit about what it's like to be coming back to your home track in the ARCA Menards series.
I think it's extra special getting to come back for my first and maybe only race for this year at Iowa specifically, just because that's my whole community right there. All of my family and friends, my sponsors can all come and watch. It was definitely my favorite race last year that I got to run. I feel like we learned a lot at that race as well. So getting to come back to that and build off of what we did last year is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and again, as part of the deal, you get to work with Eric Caudell, who he's been around in the ARCA Menards series for quite a while since I want to say the 2010 since the early 2010s. So Eric's been around for a long time. Like, talk me a little bit about working with a guy like Eric. And this time, my understanding is that he is crew chiefing you this time. Like, talk me
Correct.
through that.
Yeah. Eric is really good at getting into the nitty-gritty details, very good at helping me mentally prepare for a race. Because my team is a little bit less funded than some, it's good to kind of go through the motions in my own head. We haven't really had the opportunity to test or actually drive the car. Did a little bit of simulator stuff on some friends' computers and things like that, but just like the whole mental process, watching races, even looking at like other people running iRacing on that same track. He's really good at helping me work through that so that I can be prepared as possible with what we have to work with.
Yeah, and working with Eric, like I do want to ask, how did that deal come together? I know last year you ran Elko and IRP in addition. Like, talk me about how that whole deal came together.
Yeah, honestly, my dad did most of that. He is like 100% the heart of the team. He put a lot of work into getting me there. He just texted me one day and was like, "Hey, I reached out to this guy. He's interested in letting you run." We ran down to Oklahoma. We did our seat fitting, talked to him a little bit, got familiar with the rest of the team, and then we just kind of ran with it. We had a lot of mechanical issues going through it, but we worked through everything. Again, Eric is really good at explaining all those things like that, so I feel like I learned a lot from him, but really it was all my dad's work there.
Hmm. Yeah, but I know also this week you guys have a bunch of new partners that are joining you guys on the hood and as associate sponsors. Like you guys have FCIS Insurance and Big I, Davenport Concrete, I know, which is family owned. That was with you guys
Yes.
last year, and Academy Roofing. Like, talk me the about those changes this year with more partners and just more to work with there.
Yeah. So I graduated college here in May. So without that extra thing on my plate, I had the opportunity to actually work some deals with some partners. There's a couple more in the works potentially for next year as well. FCIS and Big I acquired through people that I know. So that's really great to have them. They're going to be at the track actually. And then Academy Roofing is um, within my community, a friend, kind of associate of my dad that I reached out to, and that was kind of a last minute one. So really thankful for him for investing in me a little bit and taking a chance so last minute. But it's exciting to have some new partners as well, and hopefully we can carry that into next year too and do some more races.
Yeah, and when it comes to that, like and just coming back to Iowa, like this year compared to last year, there are 33 cars that are on that entry list for Friday's race. Like, do you think that there is more of a challenge as a result of that?
Probably I would say so. I do enjoy a lot more movement on the track as well. I think that's better for the fans, but also I think it creates a lot more opportunity for me as still kind of a rookie, and then everybody else who's new to learn. There's a lot of opportunity being around other cars, to learn how to make moves, how to enter corners when we're approaching other cars, just kind of how to adjust that way. So there might be some more challenges with that, but I also think that there's more opportunity for growth as well as the fulfillment of succeeding with the extra cars as well. I think that'll be more satisfying for myself and I'm sure other drivers as well.
Yeah, and then just coming back to Iowa again, like I know you talked about earlier about trying to build off of that run last year. Like what are some of the things that you and Eric are trying to build on to make that happen?
Yeah, so I think honestly our biggest struggle last year we did have some mechanical issues. Car was super loose. With we had a couple of cracked things that caused a lot of that, and then possibly a gear issue as well, which caused us to have not as much speed in the straightaway. So that was a really great learning opportunity for me to learn how to adapt to that. But I think just focusing on our communication, working with my spotter as well to try and find some better lines. Really just communicating with each other to make the car the best that we can. And then just getting more and more comfortable, building up more and more speed. I think we should be able to do better, a lot better than we did last year.
Yeah, I think so as well. And by the way, as a driver from Iowa, I do have to ask this question as I've asked multiple drivers this as well before. Is there a track that you would want to see be added to the ARCA Menards series if you could pick?
Um, I don't have one particularly in mind. I do think the Chicago street race would be really cool to myself to run. But I don't really have one in particular, I guess.
But yeah, and I know maybe to kind of piggyback on the question of racing in Iowa, I know that before you jumped into the ARCA Menards series, you had done a lot of local racing in uh, in Iowa. Like, and I know I had seen that a lot of that came in the United States Racing Association. Like, I think it was the B modified division.
Yes, yeah, I did that as well as go-karts under the International Kart Federation as well.
Like, what was it like to kind of be competing in that at the time?
Um, I mean, I got lucky in go-karts. Our class, that kind of like age group was really, really competitive. So I feel like we all got really close as a community. And I feel like we had the opportunity to learn from each other because there was so many of us and we all had a lot of talent, which was great. The B mod, that was honestly a whole lot of fun because I got to work with the brother of the person who got me into racing in the first place. So I actually ran one of his older cars. So a lot of the people that I got to work with and run against in the B mod were already people that I was familiar with that were familiar with me. That helped me get comfortable there too, and build speed, learn things, meet new people. So that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, and I actually want to go back to the entry list here. Something that I noticed on the entry list compared to last year. Out of all 33 drivers on the entry list this year, you're the only one from Iowa. Like,
Oh.
does that does that potentially change how you view racing in front of a hometown crowd at all?
Um, I mean, being the only one from Iowa, I guess there might be a little bit more pressure for me to, represent our state. I think Iowa has a lot of drivers that are good, not necessarily in the ARCA, but I think that we have a good roster of people. So I hope I can represent them well, having learned from them. But I guess also at the same time, I guess that puts a lot of spotlight on me. And if I do well, that's great for them. Now they can see people from Iowa succeeding in small, maybe less known states. We still have the potential to do well in bigger sports.
Yeah, and I know that in Iowa you have guys like Joey Gase, Landon Castle, Sammy Smith, who's running that beautiful tribute to the late Michael Annett
I
this
actually
week.
raced against Sammy Smith in go karts. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yes, yeah.
And Do you want to maybe talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, yeah. So, I ran my first go-kart race at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. They run that inside the Jacobson building. It's where they do like our horse races. The If anybody knows anything about Iowa, they know that we have the big Iowa State Fair. It's like a week long. But I think I first met him and his dad at Battle at the Barn, and I think he started racing go-karts before me, and we met up again, I think maybe the following year or that same year at Jamaica, which was an asphalt track in Iowa. And we ran that together for like 4 or 5 years, maybe, in championships, like points championships and stuff like that. Um, yeah, we were always like one and two. At the end of every weekend, it was always us two in the front, battling back and forth. Um, yeah, it was cool running against him. He's a really good kid. We had a lot of fun. All of us kids had a lot of fun. We were younger then, so we all became friends, and that was pretty cool. Um, yeah, I'm glad that somebody else from that area is doing well in the sport as well.
Yeah, and something else I wanted to add on about like the tracks you've raced at. I know Hawkeye Downs was one that I believe you raced at. That track, from my understanding, is being converted to dirt. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
do you have any thoughts about that? Considering I believe you ran there on, did you run there on asphalt?
We did a go-kart race there one time. I did my testing for ARCA with Eric at Hawkeye Downs. I can't I don't think we ran the B mod there. I think that was just a go-kart one. But the whole idea of turning that into a dirt track, I think is awesome. I actually moved to Cedar Rapids in January, so it's close to me now. So if I ever want to go to a race, now I have a new local racetrack. If I ever want to hop back in the car, I can do that too. So that's kind of exciting. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I think it brings more attention back to dirt racing, which is in my roots. So I'm always going to be a dirt racing fan. Asphalt was cool, but dirt's better.
Oh, and I gotta ask because of the dirt,
Yeah.
because of the dirt racing side of things. There are two dirt tracks on the ARCA schedule, being DuQuoin and Springfield.
Okay.
Would you ever want to run those races as someone from a dirt background?
Oh, absolutely. I will always go back to dirt. I learned so much on dirt. I had a lot of success on dirt. It's always going to have a special place in my heart. I would absolutely love to run those races on dirt.
And Eric ran those. Eric, I believe, ran. He last ran dirt, I think, in 2020. I think at Springfield. I think that was his last start there
Okay.
in at that track. But he's had some races there before. But yeah, I mean but yeah, Eric I know has done a lot of the dirt races, has done some of the dirt events in ARCA before, and and just in general, like, are there any tracks that are on the schedule that you eventually want to move up to as you move up the ladder, like that are on the schedule?
We did talk about Kansas a little bit. That would be cool. Obviously, Daytona. Everybody wants to run Daytona. I'd love to run Daytona. Talladega would be cool as well. Getting into a super speedway is obviously, I feel like a lot of people's dream. Those are just really big, really like legendary tracks. I am enjoying the short tracks though. So really, any short track that's a little bit different than the ones I've already run. I think that'll just add on to the skills that I've already learned. I feel like on the last three short tracks I've run. But yeah, probably Kansas and Talladega.
Those are the two that you really want to aim for going
Yes.
up the approval process. And are you approved to run more than the short tracks in ARCA?
Not at the moment, no. I only had 30 laps for my testing period before I ran Elko, and then we were cut short due to our engine overheating at Elko, so I didn't get the full amount of laps on that one. IRP, I did finish that one, and then Iowa, we were a couple laps down due to those mechanical issues, so I'm a little on the shorter side of laps, but hopefully after Iowa Speedway here, it's going to open up some more opportunities that we're currently looking at. So hopefully we can finish the race this time.
Yeah, I think you guys did finish the race last year, but I think like 11 laps down.
Yep.
But uh but yeah, I imagine do you have like a specific goal this year like for the race?
For ARCA specifically, I'd like to finish on the lead lap, hopefully. I think if we can kind of just look at what happened last year and make sure that we're fully prepared, as long as we have a car that, runs with everybody else down the straightaway and can make a decent turn, I feel like we're in a really good spot to finish on the lead lap. Honestly, like the biggest goal though is just to do better than I did last time. So last year I finished, I believe, 17th. So if we can do better than 17th this year, then I'll consider that a win.
Yeah, and I did want to also ask about an appearance you made I think 2 weeks ago at IRP. I saw that you were there with the Team Reaume there at IRP, which you ran last year. Like talk a little bit about like coming back like there just to kind of see like the trucks and all.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully we have a little some things in the works. I don't want to go too much into it just because I don't want to get my hopes up about anything. But I talked to Amir, who I believe is the operations manager. I think that's his title of that team. I also got to talk to Josh a little bit as well, so that was pretty cool. But it was just kind of like meet the team, get familiar with how their processes work. Get familiar with them, kind of check out the equipment, what's different, meet some new drivers that run in the truck, kind of see how they work on the track. Um, yeah, so possibly something with them in the future. But it was really awesome of them to invite me and my dad up to watch that. That was an awesome experience.
Yeah, I imagine. I went there in 2024.
Yeah.
That yeah, that's the last time I went there. I went there for both the trucks and ARCA race, and then following days had to go out to Indianapolis for O'Reilly and Cup
Oh yeah.
for those races. But yeah, that was the inaugural, well, not inaugural, but that was the return of the Brickyard 400 weekend that
Yeah.
year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was. And I did want to ask about this as well because I know this was like a milestone that the broadcast had covered last year. I think during IRP it was they covered it, but I think you were one of I think 6 or 7 women to be running in that race. And considering that, and historically, not just in recent years, but historically, ARCA has had like an influx of female drivers. Like, how do you feel about that in general?
Just like females in motorsports kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but also in the ARCA Menards series because that's been something that they've really been highlighting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think there was six of us at that race, and so that was really cool. That I mean, that's the most girls I've ever had the opportunity of competing against in a race before. And I mean, in go-karts, I was the only one. In B mods, I think there was maybe one or two that I ran against. So it was really cool to move up a level and actually see more girls there. Um, yeah, I mean, it was just cool to see other people. I don't usually pay too much attention to, you know, whether it's a girl or a guy. I mean, we're all drivers at the end of the day. So, but it was cool to have a similar community, just to have other people that have things in common with me running against me.
Yes. Yeah, so it was Lainey Bice,
Mhm.
Quinn Davis, Becca Monopoly, Regina Servent, and trying to remember the other one.
Isabella Robusto.
It was Isabella, that's
Yep,
right.
yep,
Why,
yep,
how did I
yep.
forget? How did I forget that?
I don't know how you
She's full
forgot her out
time.
of all people. Like,
Out of all people, I
yeah.
don't know how I did that. She's full time.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and like just to go on the topic, like has there been like anyone that you've like looked up to in racing? Like doesn't have to be like a female driver, can be anyone. Like has there been anyone that you've looked up to in racing?
Yeah, so I have a mentor, sort of like I did in go-karts, but I learned a lot from him. His name's Jordan Krug. He runs B mods now. He does some dirt stuff. He really taught me the majority of what I know, not just on dirt stuff, which is what we ran primarily, but also asphalt. a lot of like the lingo that I use, I learned from him. A lot of like the setups on stuff I learned from him. And then like the biggest thing that I learned from him was just like how to when to be patient and when not to be patient, when to kind of like stand my ground in certain races, how to enter different corners, just kind of how to adapt, I suppose, and like when to make certain moves. He definitely helped me a lot with my confidence on the track. I had my own kind of comfortability going into that, but I think he just kind of amplified it. We really just kind of clicked, right off the bat when he started helping us out. He was actually going to Iowa State and had most of his racing stuff out of our shop, which is kind of how that happened. But yeah, he played a really big role in a lot of the skills that I've acquired over the years of my racing. So got to give a lot of credit to him for that.
Yeah, but again, that's pretty much where I think we'll end up going for this show. So again, thank you for joining us, Cadence. It's been a pleasure to have you. I wish you the best of luck on Friday. For those of you watching here on 500 Miles, thank you all for watching. We will see you all again next Monday. We'll have another new co-host join us for the main episode, and probably another pit stop or two next week that you guys will not want to miss. But without further ado, good luck again to you, Cadence, on Friday, and we'll see you guys all in the next video or whatever.
Thank you.